Well, one of the features we've chosen for this episode of TMB TV is to take you behind the scenes of the 3 shows in 2 days weekend that's really rough on trucks and also tough for the promoters because there's a lot of work that goes into it. And we've got Checkered Flag Productions' Zane Ratu here. Zane, tell us a little bit about, from the promoter's angle, what all goes into trying to do 3 shows in just 2 days?
Oh, you know, Ross, it's just a killer on all of us involved, and we really tried not to do the 3 shows in 2 days, but we sold this place out last year on Friday and Saturday night, so Ed and I thought it'd be a great idea to, I mean, we turned over 1,000 people away last year, and we wanted everybody to be able to get a chance to watch it. I mean, it's just brutal on us. You know, we get, you know, normally if you only have 1 show on Friday and 1 show on Saturday, you know, you have a few hours to relax, and I mean, you just don't get any time. And we finished laying the dirt Thursday, and you know, moving the cars in and getting Friday's track built Friday morning. Had a little bit of time to relax on Friday, and then, you know, it's game on when the show comes Friday night, because I mean, you know, you see how the place gets destroyed, and we want to make it presentable. I mean, we've really been trying to step up our game at Checkered Flag and, you know, make our shows look as professional as they can, and you know, painting everything and, you know, just making it look, you know, real professional. And you know, by the time Saturday, you know, Friday night show's over, we go right into resetting. You were here with us last night helping us out, and you know, just getting everything repainted. And then after the matinee show earlier today, I mean, we literally had about an hour and a half to move all the cars out, bring fresh stuff in, regrade all the dirt, run quad practice, get our FMX ramp set. I mean, it's nonstop. You know, when you add that extra show, it doesn't normally seem like much, but it's a lot of work. And thankfully, we had a 4-wheel drive club helping us this weekend that could run equipment and help me out, so I could, you know, more or less deal with the building and you know, sort of supervise. But, you know, I was also on equipment helping out.
Now, how many cars would you say you go through in the course of a weekend, and how many hours of dirt work would you say, just estimated, do you put in a 3-show, 2-day weekend?
Well, this weekend we had a total of 18 cars and 4 vans, and it's really hard telling. I mean, we're in here, and, you know, the USHRA guys, everybody will vouch for it. I mean, we're in here from when the first load of dirt comes in, and we actually laid 2 inches of sand down here, and then put the base over top, you know, the top load of dirt over top of that. And I mean, I would guess we easily have 24 hours in of just constant on equipment moving from the time in just till now. And, you know, the fun's only still beginning because we still got to take all this dirt out yet tonight. So we have to have a complete turnaround so this place is ready for an auction or something that's going on Monday morning. And there's a lot of work to go into it yet. The game's only halfway over.
Okay, now real quickly, let's also talk about just how much you guys have stepped things up this year. I mean, the Monster Blog's been fortunate enough to be with Checkered Flag Productions 2 out of the first 3 weekends, and we've just seen some amazing shows. I mean, all the guys you're bringing out here, you've got top quality trucks and drivers. They're running hard for you, and on the promoter side, you guys are doing everything you can to produce a quality show. Well,
I mean, I ran with Richie Blackburn in the Viper truck, and, you know, Checkered Flag has always been, you know, one of the top promoters, and you know, I saw a couple things that could have got changed, and when I left, you know, Viper's camp, Ed brought me on board here, and I remember when I was sitting in those stands and, you know, paying $20, you know, to get in and get my family in, and you know, you'd go to some of these lower class shows. I mean, not to knock anybody, but, you know, some of them just don't put time or effort, and you can tell by the stands. I mean, you come in and you're like, wow, you know, this doesn't look very good, and I just wanted all that to change. And I started working event coordinating last year, and, you know, Ed pretty much gave me free rein. He's like, you know, if any of the monster truck guys are giving you problems, get rid of them. You know, you're the one who has to deal with them, make decisions, and take it up. And, you know, the group of trucks, I mean, you've seen, I mean, everybody's, you know, the camaraderie's back. I mean, everybody's getting along. And, you know, when everybody gets along and helps each other, it just makes that much better show. You know, they're not out there, you know, yelling at each other and carrying on. I mean, you know, Dreamcatcher will go out, lay down a solid pass, and just for the fun of it, I mean, everybody else wants to go out and step it up. And, you know, it's just so much easier on our end, too, you know, when we don't have, you know, drivers complaining about merchandise or, you know, just anything that they could complain about. And it's just that much extra drama that we didn't need and I don't need. And I mean, I want my energy to go into making these shows better for the fans. And I mean, that's pretty much what it comes down to. And, you know, I'm just happy that we got some great trucks with us this year. I mean, I got first dibs on Hawkins and Isaiah this year. And we got John Zimmer and John Killinger with Shock Therapy and Excalibur. And, you know, we got to hand pick whatever Bigfoot driver we wanted. And it started out a little slow, but after Ed had a little pep talk with them, I mean, you see what happened the first 2 shows. I mean, the body's going to be destroyed, and I mean that's what we want. We want Bigfoot to be back on top again, and I mean we're just going to help however we can. And I mean I've never, after probably about 20 years of going to shows, had a crowd cheer for Bigfoot like they did last night. I mean, when Larry ripped that thing up, I mean, they went nuts. And I mean, it was a shame he didn't get the win because Bill came out and rolled it over. But I mean, Larry was having a great time, and I mean, we're just proud of him. And Bob Trennett, the Bigfoot shop, and everybody that helped put this deal together, I mean, we're just super proud of it.
Well, that's Zane Ratu. He's working with Checkered Flag Productions. Him and Ed are going bigger and better in 09. And you see Monster Jam on speed, but you've got the Monster Truck Winter Nationals right here on TheMonsterBlog.com. Lots more coming your way. Well, 2 shows into the 3-show weekend, and only one guy's been able to stop Bill Payne this weekend, and that's Brad Campbell. Brad, you took the racing win in the 2nd show, and it looked like the truck was really hooking up for you.
Yeah, it was. Yesterday I had a little bit of rear steer problems, which wasn't really taking me out of any competition. We were able to, perform all night, but it's just one of them safety things in the back of your head. When things can go wrong, you're really limited on your steering and being able to get out of a bad situation if you need to. So we toned it down yesterday. Truck was 100% today. It came out. Zane wanted to see a win out of me. It's kind of a little backstage joking around because he knows when I want to win, I'll go out and win. He said win, I went out and beat everybody, and I got the win.
Now, one of the features we've been running here on episode 2 of TMB TV is just talking about everything that goes into trying to run 3 shows in 2 days. I mean, you had the rollover with Jen that you guys had to work through. You've been working through a few different mechanical things with public disturbance. How tough is it to get 3 shows in 2 days?
It's not that bad. Obviously, it's a lot more work, but with my trucks, I don't worry about it a whole lot. They run well. They're dependable trucks. I don't feel that when I show up at a show, I'm going to be working on my truck. So for me, it wasn't too bad. A lot of the problems we were fighting yesterday was from trucks being frozen in the trailer and then coming into a warm arena. You got the moisture that finally comes out into a lot of the electrical parts, and those are the gremlins you're fighting. So it's not the truck's fault. It's not, mechanicking fault. It's just the nature of the weather. It's just one of them things.
Well, that's Brad Campbell. He's running really strong this weekend in Grand Island, and so far he's been the only driver who's been able to break the Bill Payne juggernaut that we've seen so far. Show 3 is coming right up. You'll see it here on TheMonsterBlog.com's TMB TV. Let's do it. I feel like the luckiest man in Grand Island here. I've got 2 beautiful women, and not only that, they drive monster trucks, so, that's a big plus. We got Jim Campbell with the Bombshell and Terri Olsen with Miss Behavin here. Let's start with Jen. You've been on TMB TV once before already this year, and you got one of the highlights of the show so far, taking your first rollover. Tell us about that and what was going through your head as you were going over.
It was really disappointing. I made a hit that I shouldn't have, and it was a weird sensation. I know why people try to do it more, because it is pretty fun, but I just waited and waited, and it finally fell over, so didn't really want to get out.
Well, that's Jen. She's got the hot new truck with the Bombshell, and she's tearing it up already this year. I mean, first weekend out for CFP in November, she was leading the points. We've got 2 strong drivers here. And now, Terri Olsen, this is the first time we've been able to talk to you on the Monster Blog. Fans always see drivers out there doing the good stuff, but not often we get to hear from you. How'd you get into monster trucks?
Actually, I med raced for years. Somebody told me I was crazy or stupid. Would I want to drive one? I said, hell yeah, let's go. So that's how I got into it.
Now, you got hooked up with Bill Payne, who's definitely one of the hardest runners out there, and you've got a great piece here you've been driving. What have been your impressions of first year out with straight up racing?
I am definitely learning a lot from Bill. He tells me I'm progressing. I gotta believe him. He gives me pointers before every show, and I'm trying to remember them all. But I think it's going to be a real interesting year.
Well, folks, that's Terri Olsen and Jen Campbell. They're 2 of the sport's hottest stars, and we've got them right here for you on TMB TV Episode 2, Grand Island. It's a treat. Enjoy it.